Top 7 reactions of innocent convicts set free. So today we're looking at a list of people who served an ass load of time for basically no reason because they were wrongly accused. Now chat, imagine if this happened to one of y'all, bro. Imagine the court only just found out you were innocent after you've already served 30 years. Now you got me flipped all the way up. The instant that I get out, the police department's getting sued. The state's getting sued. The Federal Bureau Investments, what does that stand for? FBI, they're getting sued. Hey, my life better be nothing short of paradise. They did not turn me gay in that prison for no reason.
What?
Okay, Tyrone wasn't hitting this for free, alright? No, I'm getting too comfortable, bro. Road to 10K. Actually, we were trying to hit 1K first. Yeah, road to 1K. Give me that.
This is Clemente Aguirre, who was sentenced to death for a double murder he did not commit in Altamont Springs, Florida.
I do know nobody believed me back then. No one. Besides my mother, nobody believed me.
Oh, Che. Wait, why is that actually kind of sad, bro? Besides for my mother, nobody believed me. Hey, Clemente, fear not, bro. As long as you get a good ass sue out of this, you're gonna be getting paid. Also, bro, the person that actually committed that double murder must have been having a field day when they found out that the wrong person was arrested for his crime. God, what an asshole.
Nearly 14 years ago, Aguirre lived just a few doors down when a mother and daughter were killed. Soon, Aguirre became the prime suspect. Reportedly, he went to the woman's house that night asking for beer, and here he found the dead bodies. He tried to revive the woman, but then panicked and ran home. He stated he didn't call the police because he was an illegal immigrant from Honduras and feared deportation. Aguirre was arrested and later convicted on 2 counts of first-degree murder and given...
Okay, let me tell y'all something. Here I thought that these judges would have been dumb as shit. Wow, if I seen a case like that, I would have probably killed Clemente on the spot if I was the judge. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Because why the fuck is he running home after finding 2 dead bodies? I mean, that's suspicious as shit, but he did it because he was an immigrant, an illegal immigrant. Still not the smartest thing to do.
Death sentence.
I didn't do it. I don't kill nobody.
After Aguirre was escorted out of the courtroom, it wouldn't be until 9 years later evidence showed that the DNA might have been misrepresented. So Aguirre's lawyers filed for more testing. It turns out that all of Aguirre's DNA samples matched his testimony, meaning that his DNA on the scene matched with him trying to save the victims. After 14 years behind bars, 11 of which on death row, all charges against Aguirre are dropped, and he thanks the court.
And I thank you for it, from the bottom of my heart.
As he hugs his team and family, he is now walking out a free man.
How much did he get paid for this though? Because 14 years, you got him messed up, bro. Also, give it up for the lawyers, bro. Holy shit. I think I jump into my lawyer's arms.
Walking out a free man.
Yeah, Clemente.
Reportedly, Aguirre is owed $720,000 from the state for the wrongful conviction. However, state lawyers are fighting against it, and so far, he hasn't received anything. His immigration status is also ongoing.
Yo, state lawyers, the audacity on these guys. He was behind bars for 14 years, man. And I mean, 720, that's like the bare minimum. Come on, bro. Not even 7 figures? Are you dead ass? Hopefully Clemente gets paid soon.
This is Deborah Melky. She was sentenced to death and spent 22 years on death row for a crime she did not commit in Phoenix, Arizona.
My innocence did not matter in their pursuit of a conviction.
Melky's 4-year-old son was found dead in a desert, being shot 3 times. Melky was questioned by Detective Armando Saldate Jr., which was not recorded or reported at all. He claimed that Melky admitted to arranging the murder.
She then decided that it'd be best for Christopher Melky to die.
She was then
Man, what, you fat bitch? Okay, hold up. First off, rest in peace to the kid. But this fat ass thought that she killed her own son in the desert. As a mother, who's doing that? I mean, I feel like that type of shit you only see in movies and stuff. Of course, there is always that like 1 in a trillion type of mom. But clearly this lady's not one of them, right?
She was then charged with first-degree murder despite no actual record of her admitting to the crime. The state determined she had masterminded the shooting and she was sentenced to death. Over 20 years later, questions started to get asked regarding Melky's confession to Detective Saldate, which Melky still denies ever giving.
I had absolutely nothing to do with the brutal murder of my son, Christopher. And I did not give a confession to Mr. Saldate.
Hey, that fat ass must have been the one that killed her son. That explains it all. I'm a genius, bro. Look, I just predicted it. But look at this lady though. The fact that she doesn't look like she's completely out of her fucking mind is very impressive. Because I would have been so pissed off spending over 20 years in jail wrongfully accused, bro. Like I think at that point I'd kill a prison guard or something and actually end up earning myself a death sentence.
And I did not give a confession to Mr. Soldati.
Reportedly, the court found that Detective Soldate had a long list of lying under oath and violating individual rights while interrogating. Melky's alleged confession was the only direct evidence linking her to the crime. And finally, 24 years after the arrest and facing the death sentence, her conviction gets overturned. Listen as she shares her thoughts for the wrongful conviction.
Losing a child to murder is a devastating tragedy. Being falsely accused of a crime you didn't commit is also a devastating tragedy. Try to imagine that. What happened to me could happen to any one of you.
Melky now walks out a free woman. There are no reports of Melky receiving any compensation.
No reports of her receiving any compensation. No, fuck this shit, bro. What the hell? I did a video like this in the past of innocent convicts. They were all getting paid like no less than 10 million, bro. What's going on in this video? I mean, this case was even worse than the last one. She served 22 years instead of 14. And her kid died too, bro. Police department, what's wrong with y'all? Why are y'all so heartless?
This is Clifford Williams. He was sentenced to death and spent 43 years behind bars for crimes he did not commit in Jacksonville, Florida.
I just wanted to get out and be with my kids.
Don't cry, man. You good, bro. Okay. Hopefully he got paid a payload. Clifford Williams, bro. I'm praying for you.
Gone, and it wasn't nobody but them.
Williams was 34, and his 18-year-old nephew, Nathan Myers, were suspects in a murder and attempted murder. The survivor of the shooting claimed that she had been shot by the uncle and nephew, identifying them both by name. Despite having solid alibis, Williams and Myers were both arrested and charged within hours. No physical or DNA evidence pinned the two men to this crime, yet both men were found guilty. Williams was sentenced to death and Myers was given a life sentence. It wasn't until 43 years later, while they were in prison, there was a new investigation on the scene, proving that the ballistic reports from the crime lab didn't match the original testimony, and it was the only evidence pinning the men to this crime. And now, this is the moment that Williams and Myers have been waiting for 43 years.
Mr. Williams and Mr. Myers.
43 years. Fucking hell, that must feel good. That must feel good as shit, bro. They got it so rough in prison, gang. I think it was like, I learned this from a previous video. They gotta work like 10 hours for a pack of ramen noodles, bro. One pack of ramen noodles. They treating ramen like it's gold over there.
Indictments have been dismissed against you. You are free to go, and we are adjourned.
After they hear that they are free, they hug each other.
At this point, I'll go up to the judge and smack her dumb ass. For 43 years, I ain't done shit but get raped. Oh my god, man. Nah, fuck that, bro. People surrounding me clapping this shit, fuck that. No, y'all gotta make up for this.
And their team. Williams and Myers both received $2 million in state compensation.
There you go, Unc. Definitely not worth it, though. I would have much rather wanted my life back instead of $2 million. I could have definitely made more than $2 million in 43 years. What the fuck is wrong with this cheap-ass police department, bro?
This is Eric Kelly, who was sentenced to life in prison for a robbery and murder he did not commit in Passaic County, New Jersey. Kelly was 28 when he was taken into custody after a man was killed working at a video store.
Damn.
Kelly suffered a tragic brain injury.
He was 28, bro. Look at him now. He's well over 40 years old. I wonder, bro, besides getting molested, could going to jail be like kind of beneficial for the mind type shit, bro?
I don't have that answer, and I usually have every answer.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Tyson, bro, when he got out of jail, got back into boxing, that dude was a demon. But he also went on stage talking crazy that one time, yeah.
Put your mother in the straight jacket, you punk ass white boy. Come here and tell me that if I fuck you in your ass.
Saying all that zesty ass shit. Okay, no, I changed my mind, bro. Nothing good happens in prison.
Making him suffer a cognitive disability, and he had trouble processing information from detectives and allegedly admitted to the crime, even though he had not done it. Despite no physical evidence, he was convicted and put in prison. It wouldn't be until 24 years later the case was reopened, and major advancements in DNA testing proved that Kelly was not at the crime scene.
Therefore, in light of the foregoing,
alright, so this is probably the first one where I'm not gonna blame the court. I mean, the guy straight up wrongly admitted to doing the crime. That sure must have been like a sucky ass time for your mental problems to kick in, bro. Officers like, who killed this man? And this guy was just find the urge to not say it was him. What kind of mental problem is that?
the motion for a new trial is hereby granted.
A new trial was granted, and
yeah,
Kelly
I feel like he's slow. You know, not to be rude, but like I think he's slow.
A new trial was granted, and Kelly is now outside of prison for the first time in almost a quarter century, still with the fear he might go back.
Mainly, I want to eat. I'm a little hungry. My legal team, I want to thank them. I want to thank my family. Just want to get back to like actually living for once.
Surprisingly, the prosecution later dismissed all pending charges against him. Kelly reportedly received $1 million in state compensation.
Again, not that great, but another thing that I've yet to realize is that they are still taking care of him in jail. You know, it's not like they were starving the guy. Still doesn't justify how little money this is.
State compensation. This is Robert Springsteen, who spent 9 years in prison and was sentenced to death for crimes he allegedly did not commit in Austin, Texas. Springsteen was 17 at the time, and 3 friends were believed to be prime suspects in the killings of 4 teenage girls at a yogurt shop. One of the boys was caught carrying a .22 caliber gun at the mall, as it was the same weapon used in the killings. The boys were set free after no link was found, but 7 years later, one of the friends was interrogated and begun to give up information saying that the .22 caliber gun used to belong to Springsteen.
Dang, bro. At the age of 17, a group of 4 boys arrested for committing murder. You know what? Some shit like this might happen to me in the group chat. I'm being dead ass. One of the homies is so stupid that he think he actually did the crime himself. I'm so serious, bro. He's like slow. He never ceases to amaze me.
Significant things that ever happened in your life. That's what I keep trying to explain to you. If I was there and I partook in this, I would remember these things. And you do remember these things. No, I don't.
He was arrested, then later convicted and sentenced to death. Springsteen's conviction was later overturned based on an unfair trial. While waiting for a retrial, lawyers requested further DNA evidence to be analyzed from the original crime scene. Even though it had been 17 years, the analysts concluded that no DNA was found of Springsteen and his 3 friends. Now, Springsteen is back in court.
Second defendant, Robert Springsteen's case is being called this afternoon. Additionally, 4 pending capital murder indictments.
And all charges are now dismissed.
The court has signed these dismissals in each of the causes against these 2 defendants, Michael Scott and Robert Springsteen.
Springsteen sits silently as he hears that he is now a free man. Springsteen spent 9 years in prison, but his
Hey, W lawyers and this judge, you should jump over the table and give him a hug. And I'm not talking the type of hug where you like this person, where you're showing this person affection. I'm talking about this kind of hug.
Springsteen spent 9 years in prison, but his overturned conviction was not granted based on actual innocence, which makes him not eligible for a payout.
Whatever the fuck that means. What does that mean, chat? Someone let me know. Maybe he still committed the murder? Hey, good shit, brother. It's none of my business. You got that.
This is Curtis Flowers, who was wrongfully imprisoned for 23 years and set to the death penalty for a quadruple murder he reportedly never committed in Winona, Mississippi.
Quadruple murder. This is the worst case we've seen so far. How do you manage to fuck something like this up? Police department. When it's 4 murders, I'm starting to think that the cops just got lazy, like, and the investigators too. They're like, man, I don't feel like dealing with this shit. Let's just make our lives easier and blame it on a random black guy. That's right, I'm turning this into a racism thing.
Flowers was 26 years old when he was fired from working at a furniture store. 2 weeks later, the owner of the same store and 3 employees were all found dead inside. In no time, Flowers became a suspect and was later arrested and charged with the murder of all 4 victims. Over 6 different
They just arrested him because of that? Because coincidentally, he quit his job and then the next day, all 3 co-workers were dead. I'm telling you, bro, these cops got lazy. They were like, this shit is too much work. Let's blame it on this random black guy. And look, this video footage looks prehistoric too, back when racism was like big and everything like that.
All for the same crime. The final verdict resulted in guilty, and Flowers was sentenced to death. Investigators started looking into the jury selection, and reportedly the prosecution had racially discriminated during the selection of jurors across all 6 trials.
I told y'all.
The US Supreme
what did I just hear?
And it was
I just heard racially discriminated. And look at his old ass mugshot. Hold up, where does his mugshot go? Look at this. This was definitely like during the 1960s, bro. Racist cops, bro. Ooh, I would have spent the rest of my life in that jail cell just crashing out. I would have became the top rapist. What the fuck am I talking about, man? Let's just keep this video pushing, bro.
Across all 6 trials. This reached the US Supreme Court, and it was voted to throw out the case based on the prosecutor had purposefully dismissed African American jurors from the trial. The judge granted Flowers bail, and he is now getting put on house arrest.
The only times that Mr. Flowers is allowed to be away from the location where he will be residing is if he's receiving medical treatment, attending meetings with his attorney.
And now, in 23 years, This is the first time Flowers is outside of prison.
I don't know. I'm so excited right now. I can't think straight.
W. Flowers, bro. Why did they put him on house arrest though? That's kind of fucked up. Hey, who's this Bill Gates looking ass motherfucker? Hey, Bill Gates, free him, bro. Pay his bond.
Very much. Thank you all. Thank you all.
A year later,
Pay his bond. Pay his bail. What am I talking about? Pay his bail.
Put Flowers back on trial and officially dropped all charges. The state of Mississippi announced that it will pay Flowers $500,000 for his 23 years of wrongful imprisonment.
Man, that's some bullshit, bro. Okay.
This is Kimberly Long, who was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison for a murder she never committed.
Wait, is this our first female suspect? Or no, there was that other lady who was accused of killing her son, yeah.
Riverside, California. Long arrived home and discovered her boyfriend dead. She immediately called 911. Despite being the person who found the dead body, Long ended up becoming the lead suspect. She was soon convicted of second-degree murder and sent to prison. But 7 years later, forensic evidence showed that her boyfriend died long before she had arrived at the scene, and there was DNA of an unknown male at the crime scene.
Bro.
The conviction now gets—
Yo, who's working as cops nowadays? Or actually, this was all from like a long time ago. Who were the cops back then, bro? She called the cops because she seen a dead body and then y'all just arrested her. What's all that about? It's some bullshit, bro. They need to make me a cop. I'd be the best detective around. Hell, I'd probably get myself locked up before I ever see to it that a case is dismissed.
Overturned.
The judgment of conviction is vacated and a new trial will be ordered.
Long is now
good for
outside
her,
of
man.
prison. The prosecution soon dropped all existing charges.
I feel happy, elated, relieved, just a lot of emotions right now.
Long reportedly received $386,000 from the California Victim Compensation Fund.
Word 2. Good for her, chat. W video, bro. You guys let me know which case pissed you off the most. And the good lesson to take away from this is to not judge someone based off what most people think of them. With that being said, man, road to 1K or 10K. I really don't even fucking know right now. Road to 1K and then 10K. And then after that, 100K. And then so on and so on. That's right. With that being said, bro, y'all stay safe. And I'll see y'all in the next video, bro. Peace out.